Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle Spieler. I'm an over 30-year pro makeup artist. I'm also the creator of Mature Makeup Masterclass. Go check out that link. Who's it for? Find out if it's for you. If you're over 35, chances are it's for you. Okay, I do Seint videos every Wednesday night. This is not clickbait. I'm not trying to lure you here, by, succumbing to your insecurities about aging. But when I wear my Seint makeup, I get the most compliments. I get the most compliments on TikTok, but when I show anyone what I'm using, they're like, they don't want to see it. I'm like, you just told me you want to know everything on my face, and when I tell you what it is, it's like, if you're new here, Seint is no longer an MLM. It's been about a year. They were in the MLM space and they completely ditched MLM. They are now just a regular brand like anyone else, like Anastasia, like Maybelline, and I'm still using it because I love it. And when I wear it, such as last weekend when I went to this huge launch party in Beverly Hills, when I wear it, I cannot tell you how many young people compliment my skin. Okay, so I just want to show you how easy it is, how beautiful it is, and why I think everyone needs it, or at least try it. My gosh. Okay, I'm gonna do we have a prime spray, like a prep spray, and it's kind of like a really great primer. A lot of people are always asking, what primer under Seint? You really don't want to use anything that has a lot of silicones in it, because this is a cream makeup and it can slip and slide if it's over a silicone based primer. So I really love our priming mist, and a bottle lasts forever. You just saw that. I mean, what was that? 3 sprays maybe? And I don't even use it every time, but I wanted to use it today. Okay, now there's also a palette that just came out. It launched at Sephora. This is Mary Phillips, and she does the whole underpainting look. But we've been doing underpainting here at Seint for years and years and years. And she came out with 3 different palettes, and they're very pretty. They're very buttery. They're very soft. But this was maybe $60. It's not refillable. It's quite heavy. And some of these colors, like I've never used, look at this. I've never used the bronzer because the contour is kind of on the warm side. It looks cool, but it's not. I've never used the color corrector because it's not peach enough. And then I play around sometimes with these 2 colors and they're really nice. So it's nice. I have no problems with it, but I felt like I had to buy it to play with it to see how similar it is to Seint. And they're similar, but not, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna start with a little bit of contour, and I'm not doing it for really like chiseling out because we don't wanna get too hollow as mature women, but I do wanna add a little bit of dimension. I am broadest right through here. I have a broad nose, I have broad cheeks, and on camera, I can look really broad. We always look a little bit different in real life, don't we? But I can look very broad on camera. So I like to go in with a contour, and this color is called Ash, and I really love it. And I'm gonna put it on kind of heavy, and you'll see why in a minute. I'm not gonna even blend that. I'm just gonna leave it quite heavy like that. And then I'm also gonna go over here, and notice that I'm on my cheekbone, not below it where my shadow is, because if we put it in the shadow, it's gonna look even lower. So we're kind of going right above where our natural hollow is, and there you go. Now, if you have a fuller face, if you have cheeks like mine that can handle a little bit of contour, great, go for it. But if you are thinner face or you're starting to hollow out, you don't want to add contour, but you could add bronzer. Bronzer is very pretty to add to cheeks to give some beautiful dimension. And I love bronzer. But, as I'm starting to go more silver, I'm also really, really liking contour. And the reason that I love Ash is because I feel like it's a cool bronzer more than a contour. It's just really, really pretty. Here it is. And I just think it's a pretty contour that's maybe a tiny bit on the warmer side of contour, but if you're going for a bronzer, it's on the cool side of bronzer. There's no like yellow or orange in it. So I just find ash to be a really interesting color, and I really like it. Now, if you're gonna put it on the top of your forehead, kind of push it into the hairline, otherwise we can see like a weird little light stripe, and that's our scalp. And you don't want to get a ton in your hair, but just kind of push it into the hairline. Notice I'm not going into my temples because I'm hollowing out. We don't want that to look more sunken in, so I'm just not going into that area. And I can go a little bit on the sides of my nose if I want, but I'm not even doing that too much yet, okay? So we're gonna let that sit there for a minute, and I'm also gonna take this side of the brush, this is the detail brush, I'm gonna take this side, and I'm gonna take a little bit in my crease, but above it, above my crease. So if you have a really hooded eye, just look into the mirror and go above your lash line. Now, if a little bit goes lower into your lid, that's fine. But what we're doing is we're adding some really pretty soft dimension without looking like we have a ton of eyeshadow on, because eyeshadows can look a little dry and crepey if we're not careful. And this is my look that I get the most compliments on right here. It's crazy the amount of compliments I get on this exact look. So I'm just gonna show you. This is the look that people at like fast food windows compliment my makeup. This is the makeup that I wear, you know, when I go to big events and young people are telling me how pretty my makeup is or how good my skin looks. Last week on the video, we have a gal who is here in our Look Good Close-Up community, and she's a longtime esthetician, and she also is a makeup artist. And she said, you know, I have tons of makeup, but when I wear Seint, I get the most compliments on my skin. And that's what we want. We don't want people to necessarily say, oh my gosh, your makeup's so beautiful. We want to hear, oh my gosh, your skin's so beautiful. You're so glowy. It doesn't matter if it's the makeup creating that. We just want to hear that our skin looks good, not so much the makeup, right? Okay, so notice too, I have a really high forehead. If you have a shorter forehead, you are not going to contour the top, but you could contour over here on the sides a little bit. Just be careful of those temples if those temples are deep, you know, really receding. Then whatever is left on here, you can take the tiniest bit on the jawline. Just be very careful for daytime. We never really want to see the contour. I see a lot of bad contour out in the wild. You know, it's one thing to do contour and look good on social media, but what do you look like in real life? And I see a lot of bad contour in real life, and on mature gals too. Okay, now I'm gonna take my main shade, and I'm gonna go down just through the center of the nose, the center of the face. I'm not dipping back in, I'm just kind of taking it up to where the contour was. And look at that, do you see how well those two blended together? You saw that, that didn't take special talent. I just went like that and now it's blended. This is not hard. Do not be intimidated by this makeup. I've done tutorials for, I don't know what, 3 years now? 3 years I've done tutorials on this makeup. So you're in good hands. I'm not gonna let you get this and just struggle with it. Okay, we're gonna do upper lip, chin. Oh, guess what? We forgot Vaseline. Oh, I'm so glad we did this before I put under eyes. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of Vaseline. Some of you are new here and you might think this is the craziest thing you've ever seen, but Vaseline is an occlusive, so it creates this floating layer on your skin, and then when you put makeup on top of that, the makeup just kind of sticks to the occlusive layer and also floats. It's also great on the nose. It's great in the marionette lines where we can get a little bit more texture and we don't want to see the makeup settling. We don't want to see dry, pebbly texture. That's why I love Vaseline. You don't have to do it. I'm just letting you know it's changed my life. I've done it for about I don't know, year and a half, 2 years. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a little bit of this foundation and I'm just patting over where I put that contour. Okay, I'm patting right over. This is what Mary Phillips does with this palette I just showed you. She puts the foundation over it. And because it's on the side of our face, it's not gonna look heavy. It actually does the blending for you. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. That just blended. And now from here, look, you can still see the lightest bit of dimension and contour, but it's not like this. Okay, so that's kind of the Mary Phillips technique. And you can just, look, I'm literally patting it. I'm not rubbing it. I'm not doing circles. I'm just like patting right over that contour. And the patting blends the two together. Look at that. In the mirror here, that looks really good in the mirror. Like that looks really good. This is a way of having beautiful dimension without it looking too heavy, too much. And now look at that. Do you see that pretty contour on my eyes? It just looks so soft and natural. Everything's just looking like skin. Like if you saw me in person, you might not even know I had foundation on. You might just think like I roll out of bed and look like this. Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to be the wiser, right? Okay, and then sometimes I'll go in with a lighter color and I'll take just a slightly lighter color and go on my jawline with a lighter color. You don't have to do this step. I have a light neck. I did self-tan last week and it looks all dirty. I hate it when self-tan is coming off and it just looks dirty. And then of course I forgot to exfoliate in the shower, but I have a light neck. And so by putting a slightly lighter color on my jawline, just on my jawline. So imagine you'll have the light color for a year because you're just using it on your jawline. Or you could take the tiniest bit right here in the center of the brows. Or you could do a little bit down the center of the nose or the tip of the nose, but that's it. Because we don't want to go too light in the areas where we have texture. So I'm just doing it like that. Now is the point where we're gonna look in the mirror real close up before we continue. So far everything is so blended. Oh my gosh, it just looks like I have really good skincare on. And yet I have coverage. And yet I have this beautiful dimension, but you don't see it anymore because it's all blended in. Tell you what, my lips are dry. Okay, I need a thick juicy lip balm because my lips are so dry from retinaldehyde at night. Now that we're going into fall, I'm going back to my retinaldehyde that I love. Okay, there we go. It looks so good. Okay, now I'm gonna tap my under eyes to make sure I don't have too much Vaseline. And watch this. This is going to, some of you aren't gonna believe this. You're gonna be like, what are you doing? Okay. I'm going to take orange. We have a color called 07. And I'm gonna take some orange. Hold on. This is a new one, so it's a little on the dry side, the top of it. Okay. Okay, so ready? Watch this. I'm gonna take the orange. I don't want you to be afraid of it. I'm gonna take the orange and I'm just gonna go right there where I have darkness, okay? Some of you tell me that 03 isn't covering your darkness. It means you're too dark for 03. If 03 is not covering your darkness, you're too dark for it, okay? Now I'm not dark in my outer eye, so I don't need this orange in my outer eye. Some of you need red, okay? Do we sell this red anymore? We might not sell this anymore. I don't think we sell the red anymore, but if you're dark, like if you have black skin with dark circles, Indian dark circles, the red is the best. And it's hard to find good reds for under the eyes. Now, years ago, women would use lipstick, but the problem with red lipstick under the eyes is it bleeds through your concealer. Just 100% bleeds through. So that's a little crazy looking, right? I've got massive bright orange under my eye. Now I'm gonna go in also with this little bit of peach. This is the 03 that I was talking about. And I'm gonna do the tiniest bit right here because I have little blue veins. Okay, there we go. There we go, okay? Okay, I'm gonna do something today that I don't think I've ever done this before. Or maybe I did in the very beginning days of Seint. Okay, I'm gonna take my main foundation shade. This is Athens, and I'm just gonna kind of put it on the other side of this bright brush. So this is the bright orange, and this is the Athens. And because we have bright orange, and because we have Vaseline, this is now gonna blend really lightly on top, okay? And I want you to watch this, okay? Now, the Athens is our skin tone. The main color, whatever your main color is, that's your skin tone. We don't want to go too light under the eyes. If we go too light under the eyes, it's going to enhance all of our crepiness, all of our texture, all of our nooks and crannies. Look at that. Okay, now I could also just go over it with French face, or if you have a concealer that you really, really love, you can go over the orange with the concealer. But if I'm traveling and I just want to bring very little, I can use my main color. And now we've got my main foundation shade. And it's not like showing all this texture under my eyes, and it's not looking too light. I know we watch the young women and we're always taught to brighten. We're always taught to, oh, put a light pink under the eye or put a light color under the eye to brighten. We can't do that at our age, okay? That ship has sailed. We cannot go light under the eye. We have too much texture, okay? Even when my daughter Gracie goes too light under the eyes, she ends up getting gray because she has dark circles. You put light concealer over dark circles and you're just going to get gray. So that's why we need to cancel with that orange. And then look at that. That's a beautiful under eye. And that's just my foundation over bright orange, 07, okay? So I think that looks great. Now I'm going to do some blush, okay? I want to do pink. A lot of you maybe don't like pink. I was never a pink girl until maybe a few years ago. The reason I love this pink is because, well, first of all, when I wear it, I get the most compliments of my life. But it just makes your cheeks look so girly and feminine. And if you ever go too dark with it, you can just put a little foundation over it. So I'd almost rather have you go a little too much, okay? Okay, I went too much right there. See how I just kind of have it here and here? Okay, we're not going to take it all the way back to the hairline because I'm going to show you what we're going to do. I like a little bit on the nose. I like a tiny bit on the forehead. I like a little bit on the outside of the eye. Just gives a cohesive look. Let me know in comments if you're learning something new today, okay? Even if you're one of the OGs, let me know if you're learning something new today because I think this is so fun. Okay, so now we have our blush on. Might look a little crazy to some of you, but that's okay because we can take our foundation brush and now we're just gonna go over, see how I'm patting over the blush? Now remember, when we pat our face, what's happening as I'm doing this? We're bringing blood to the surface. So I don't want you to judge that right now. I just want you to pat. I didn't redip in foundation. This is my original foundation brush, and I'm just patting over the blush. See, pat, pat, pat. And see, you can take the brush back to to the hairline because you have a little bit of blush on that brush, but we don't want to put the bright color all the way back to the hairline, okay? Now we're gonna wait a minute because we just brought blood to the surface, but I want you to see how glowy and pink and pretty this is. I might even go a little bit more. Why do we always have someone doing lawns every time I start a YouTube? Okay, look at that. Is that so cute and girly? I love that. Okay, I'll be back. All right, I'm thinking the guy might be done. He's across the street. Okay, so let's do eyes real quick. Oh, here it is. I am taking this contour called Velvet, and see how I'm just doing it on my lash line? And you don't even have to be very skilled at it, because we're gonna put a shadow over it. Okay, just like that. I like to wing mine out. You don't have to. You can literally stop at the end of your eye. I have two different eye shapes, so I always have to really be careful about how I do it, but I'm not even being real careful about it, okay? So I have that. Now I want to go in with kind of a cool tone. I'm gonna do, this is Cafe, okay? I'm gonna do the littlest bit of Cafe with this brush here, okay? And I'm gonna go, remember I've got that contour in my outer crease, and it's gonna kind of grab it. Look at that. I'm just doing it just right there. Then I'm gonna take this, go in my outer crease, and it really grabs because we have that contour already. And then I like to pinch the brush, and I like to take that same Cafe color and go under the eyes for just kind of a moody, kind of like a soft moody liner under the eyes. I really like that look. And then you can even go back in with that same brush. We're not redipping it. And you can just take whatever of that dark color of Velvet contour and kind of go in the outer eyes just like that. Now, watch what we're gonna do. We're going to take, okay, I have that on really well. It's not blended, it's not blended. We're gonna take our feather blot powder because it blurs. Our feather blot powder blurs. And watch this. We're just gonna go over everything, and it's gonna make it super airbrushed looking. And it's kind of a cheat. Like you don't even have to be really great at shadows or blending, because the powder, God, I'm having trouble talking today. The powder is going to blur okay? The powder's gonna blur. Then I'm gonna take whatever's left on the brush. I'm not redipping. Just kind of going back and forth, taking it a little bit higher into the brow bone. Okay, and now that looks nice and blended. And then you can even go back to the original contour color, kind of blend on the outside of the eye with it, with that original contour. And see, now we're all blended. I love it. Now I'm going to take, let me put Cafe back. Cafe is really pretty. It doesn't go on this cool unless you put powder over it, and then it kind of cools up, but it's just a really pretty neutral. It's not warm. I wouldn't call it super cool, but it can go cool. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to take a frost. I'm not going to go on my eyelids today. I know some of you might be surprised. Yeah, I don't want to go on my eyelids today. I might even take this little bit of pink called Lily. I think this is Lily. Let me double check. Just, I don't want a sparkle on my eye today. Oh, this is Strawberry Fields. It's like a light creamy pink, but on the eye it just looks cream. It looks like a cream with almost like the tiniest bit of pink in it. But see how that is on the eyelid? It just makes the eyes look kind of creamy. I love it. Okay, but I want to do a shimmery shadow. So I'm gonna take Skyfall. I hope we have Skyfall on the site. I think we do. I got rid of all the shadows that Seint got rid of because it doesn't make sense. I mean, why keep shadows when they don't have them anymore? Okay, I'm gonna take this brush right here. It's this one that looks like this, and then this. I don't know what this brush is called. I'll have to see. So this is a flat brush. You can see it's flat, and I'm gonna take tip, and then watch this. I'm gonna go over that velvet contour that I said don't even worry about how well you're putting it on. And when you put this dark shimmer over that, it's gonna look, again, kind of airbrushed. Look at that. I love that. I think I like this brush a lot because it's really firm. So it's really easy to go over that velvet contour. And it just looks like you're this incredible blender. You don't even have to be good at blending. I'll tell you what I need to be good at is the English language. I don't know what's going on with my speech today. Okay, look at that. Not pretty. I love that. Okay, time for a lash. Okay, I popped a lash on, but you see now that the lash is on, you don't really notice the eye makeup. Like, yeah, my eyes have some dimension, but you really see the lashes, the brows. The eye makeup's just kind of soft and barely there, okay? And then this is when I look in the mirror and I make sure I like how everything looks. I could do a little bit more blush, but I don't think I'm going to. I am, though, gonna take a little bit of the blush. I'm not going in the center of the mouth. I'm going on the sides only. Watch this, just the sides. Just the sides. And then of course I'm gonna go in with my Diamonds Are Forever. Prettiest lip balm in the world. I love my Prada lip balm, but this is a little bit more flat and like pink. And this one here is more lustrous, I would say. Lustrous is a good word for it. And it's kind of a sheer, warm gold pink. I love it. Okay, so some of you might be thinking, Michelle, you look greasy. And you would be right. I need a little powder. I'm gonna pop my Skyfall back. Loving these eyes. This is the look I get the most compliments on. This is it. I might vary a few things, like I might use French face, or I might use only 03 and 01 under the eye and skip the 07, but I wanted some of you to see. I might do a little less eye makeup than this, but these lashes, this blush, this foundation, either contouring or bronzer, and I get the most compliments of my life. And this coming from women in their 20s and 30s, not just women my age. In fact, if anything, I think younger women are far more complimentary. Okay, so I'm gonna take this little wash brush and we're just gonna put it where we have shine. Our feather blot powder is wonderful because it blurs. It blots shine, it blurs, it's amazing. I just like it in the T-zone only, okay? Of course, my hair is not sticking to my face. If my hair were sticking to my face, I like my big, huge, fat Crystal Lee brush. I dip it in the powder, and then I'll do the side of my face just so my hair doesn't stick to my temples, my cheeks, my jawline. But you need a big fatty brush for that. Okay, and there you go. I could use setting spray if I want to, but you know, I have a Zoom pretty soon. I'm taking a 2-year theology course, and we have a Zoom every Tuesday night, so I'm just going to be on the Zoom. I'm not going to do setting, so I'm not going to set it. If I did, I do not like the Seint setting spray. It's actually a really nice setting spray, but look at this. I mean, no. You will feel accosted. And a lot of people say, oh, spray it on the back of your hands and take this, and no, it can lift up more of the makeup. It's like, no, it needs to be sprayed on, not patted on. That's just a way people try to sell it. I won't do it. It's a great setting spray. It's a terrible delivery system. So you're not going to hear me say get our setting spray. But I love our brush cleaner. I love our, ooh, this is a pretty pencil by Anastasia. I love our brush cleaner. I love our prep spray. Remember I did that in the beginning? I love our prep spray. Ooh, I like this pencil. What is it? It's a new pencil by Anastasia. It's Stormy. Love it. All right, I know my hair is a mess, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. This is a very easy makeup. You're not on your own. I do free color matches. Everyone's palette looks different. I can help you get started. You do not have to figure this out alone. You have all my videos to walk you through it. You saw how easy this was, but get ready to get the compliments of your life, because your skin will look so beautiful. People won't know you changed your makeup. They might think you went to a facial, or you just had a vacation, or what's your new skincare you're using. It's that good, okay? Let me know if you're an OG and you learned something new today. Let me know if you're new here. Say hi in comments. We're the Look Good Close-Up Club, and we want to get to know you. Thanks for being here. This Saturday, come back for a full beat, a full mature beat drugstore edition in real time. I won't chop it up, okay? Love you. God loves you. Bye for now.